on YouTube.
Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Today is what's today?
Saturday the 8th.
Oh, today is September the 8th. Shoot, 3 days before 9/11. Well, this year has passed really fast. It seems like yesterday was my birthday. Exactly, that's how it feels. Anyway, I have another YouTuber here with me, and she barely has any subscribers. So if you're watching this, subscribe to her channel. Let her tell you about it.
Hey guys. Yes, I do have a YouTube, and it's Elizabeth Miller, and she'll link it down in the comments. And I do need some more subscribers, and hopefully you guys will do it. That if you've seen this video, and yeah,
What's your profile picture?
it's a blue and black wolf picture of mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How many subscribers do you have?
I only have 6.
6?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember when I was at 6. Right now I'm at 17. But you just started, so I understand.
Yeah, I started like 5 months ago. And I just did like recently last video, like I think last month or something.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. I have like about 10 reviews on it already.
That's crazy. You know, I don't even get that many reviews on my videos. I only get like, I don't even know, like 2, 5, something like that. You got 10. That's awesome. That's awesome.
The intro that I did for my to tell myself about everything. I had like 9 reviews on it. Surprisingly.
Wow. How's school going for you?
Pretty good, and I'm loving all my classes that I got this year. I got construction trades.
Oh,
Just
wow.
remembered. And yeah.
Wow. I bet construction's fun.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fun. Get to build crazy stuff and get to like learn how to use these really good, cool tools that I never like used
So
or seen.
So what you're telling me is you never used a hammer?
I use a hammer, but not really. Like I only use it one time.
Okay, have you ever used a screwdriver?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever used a wrench?
Not really.
What kind of person are you? I'm just messing with you.
But I just started to learn how to use the jigsaw
Ooh.
thing last week, and it's hard to use it, but you know, if you keep on practicing, you'll get it a lot more better at it.
I bet. It sounds hard because it's called a jigsaw, like, or whatever. You have a jigsaw puzzle. Those things are hard, so I'm guessing it's a comparison to that sort of kind of speak, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did, but the first week of school, we built like already built like two projects already. We're on our third one already, which is it's a footstool that we're doing, and right now it's really hard and difficult to do. But we did. Um, we just did a birdhouse, and
Tweet tweet.
I got a A on it.
Oh, yay.
But the first project that we did was like a window planter to put like flowers or something in it, but I got a B on that, and yeah. but I love my classes that I got this year.
So,
This year is like a little bit more better.
so in construction trades, you've gotten at least a decent grade in there.
Yeah.
So about a B above.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have a different class than her. I'm trying to follow my dad's legacy, as sort of kind of what you speak or what you would call it. I'm following his legacy and being a mechanic. And so in school, I take auto tech. My auto tech periods are 1 through 3. Same thing as her, or same thing as Liz. She takes construction periods 1 through 3 also. That's the juniors classes, and then the seniors classes I think is periods 5, 6, and 7, something like that. I don't know. I'm not a senior, but I take auto tech, and my grade is pretty good in there. I mean, it's like the first A plus I've ever gotten in my entire life. It's like easy of getting an A. You know, that's my first A plus I've ever had in my entire life. My life was either you either have an A or like for me, I either have, you know, an A minus or below. And I just never had an A plus in my entire life. Unless if it was on like a computer or something and you were doing an app and they were like, oh, I grade you and you have like an A plus. No, I'm talking about an A plus on my report card. A plus. I have never had one of those on my report cards ever, which is very exciting news that I know I have an A plus. So also in auto tech we rotated rotors. You know, we cleaned them. You know, cleared off the rust and stuff. We actually got to mount tires on this machine, which technically, you know, I got to do it first because I knew what I was doing. And because during the summer, I mounted tires the old-fashioned way. So, as I mean the old-fashioned way, I mean 1980s old-fashioned way. I mean, you have a floor jack or like a car jack, but it's not for mounting a car. You stick it underneath the bumper of the car. And you stick the tire underneath the jack, and you just pump it up until it breaks down the tire, and it's so weird. But you know, I also got to take like a little spatula made out of steel. I mean, it's like steel. It's not metal. It's freaking steel.
This is I don't know if you guys can see, but this is similar to what we have in our class, construction class. It's like a jigsaw stand thing where you just like cut it, wood and everything into like a weird shape.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's really cool. And then we kind of have something that's kind of weird like that in auto. We have a machine that has several arms. I mean, it looks like an octopus if you look at it. But that's also to help you, like, you know, break down the tire and stuff like that. It's supposed to help. But it also has an air compressor to it, so you can, you know, pump up your tire. Stuff like that. We, like, 2 weeks or something like that, we learned how to use torches. We got to torch metal and stuff, and so we got to play with fire. Just this past week, we got to build these clamps. We got to make these clamps or whatever to hold when you're trying to like fix wire on a vehicle. You need these clamps so you're free of your hands, so you can use like the torch. It's not really like a torch, but it, you know, it helps you fix the wires because it's hot, and then you gotta stick it to the wires and it'll fix it. And so you use these clamps, you stick them between the wire that you're holding, and you set it up so it's holding the wire in place. And then you just use the little heat thing and you just fix the wires. Well, that's what we've been building. Also, on those clamps, there's holes. So whenever you're trying to find the correct size of a screw or whatever, you stick the screw in there and you'll know exactly how big the screw you need. And you have, like, on one of the clamps you have 3 different weird sizes, and then on the other clamp you have 3 regular sizes that you normally use for regular drilling, for like a regular screw. So that's what we've done in the last week. I think that's about it that we've done in auto. We've mounted tires, torched a few things. We've done the clamps. I think this next week, okay, none of y'all probably don't need to know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. We have been trying to clean up a break room so it gets us ready for the actual workforce. So whenever, like, between classes, whenever the bell rings, that's our break time, which is technically 4 minutes. But, it's whatever. You get to sit in there, you get to eat your snacks, and then whenever it's time to head back out in the lab, then you got work to do. But we've done the easy stuff now. We're still trying to clean out the break room, which, over the last week or so, I've been scrubbing the grease out of the cabinets because they've had, I don't even know what's in there, like car parts and stuff like that. And, the old teacher was a hoarder, so he just shoved everything into the 2 rooms that we needed. And, it's just crazy. Everything that was in the break room, we had to get rid of. There was like shopping carts full of stuff. It's weird. It's crazy. There's no reason for that stuff to be there. I don't see why we need it. I mean, when I was cleaning out the cabinets, I found, how many? Like 8 things of safety glasses? 8 packages of safety glasses. You had 4 of regular safety glasses. And then you had like 2 of welding glasses. Like, I'm glad you stocked up for your entire career, but there's no use for those until the next year following. Like, I don't see why there's a point of buying all of those safety glasses until the next year, stuff like that. And it's just crazy. I don't see why there should be that many. And if you're gonna get that many safety glasses and welding glasses, at least unwrap some of them and put them in the box on the door. What are you doing? I mean, there's a box on the door that says safety glasses. If you're gonna have a box, at least unwrap some of them and put them in the box. Yeah. On the door, so people can just open the box, grab a pair of safety glasses, and then get going. But it's just too much. I don't see why there's a reason for that. But anyway, the rest of your classes are going good, right?
Yep.
I mean, mine is, at least I think.
I got a 40 in English. We had to do this project about ourselves, which our project is like, one corner is like about our goals, and then the second box was our favorite things that we like to do, or what our favorite stuff that we like, and the third box was like who you admire, and then the fourth thing was like what things that make you unique, which And then we had and then on the bottom or somewhere we had to do a quote or something about ourselves and stuff.
What's your quote?
My I forgot. It was like one of the Bible verse.
Was it Philippians 4:13?
No.
John
It
3:16?
No, it was something else. I forgot what it is. One day I'll show you guys. And then we had to get a print out on our picture of yourself.
Wait, did you get a picture of you?
I got it from Kylie.
Oh, bro, I was supposed to like give her a picture and so she could print it off.
And then, but anyways, well, I had to present. We were supposed to present like last Thursday, but we ran out of time, so I had to do it like the first day on Friday.
Did you get scared when she told you it was your time to present?
No, I actually choose to go up there.
So you were brave.
Yeah.
But that's nice.
But I also, when I would start talking, I would start shaking and stuff, and I didn't really want to like look at the class while presenting. But
I mean,
I
did.
We have to, or to get your points. But we got our graded present paper back. I got 46 out of 50, so that's pretty good. It's like, I don't know without great. I think it's like a B.
Oh wow. I think I got like a C or something. I didn't get everything done. There was several things missing. In the top left corner, there was just a car.
I only had like about 4 things in the first column, and then the second one I had only like I think 6.
The only column I had done was the things I like column. I had, instead of 3 people that I admire, I only got to 2. Yeah, and that was Baby Rexa and Jennifer Aniston. I don't remember.
No. 46 out of 50 was 92%.
Well, I got a 36 out of 50, I think.
I got 46 out of 50.
I think it was a 36 or a 29, something like that. Something around that corner.
I actually do got like A or A minus on it, surprisingly.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah. Only thing I had missing was like down in the left corner, which I only put friends and family.
Yeah, I only had 1 picture of that too. I had a dad and a girl. So it was a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
Which made me unique about me. But that was the only thing, when it should have been like 4 or 5 things. And I didn't get to that because, I was sick. I didn't get time to work on it. And then Friday when I came back, she told me that I needed to present, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm not finished. And she was just like, you know what, it doesn't matter.
She was going a little bit fast now in class because since we got our books now, and she's going like a little bit way fast, especially for me, because I have special needs.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I could catch on real well because English is my subject.
See, English used to be my subject,
but
it's not anymore. My favorite subject in school now is construction and math. Still.
I don't like math. Math is not my subject. As you could tell, I am late on my homework every time. I get homework. It gets turned, like, I get all the homework in 1 week. And then, like, I don't turn it in until the next following week. Because then I do it all over the weekend. Which is a bad thing because it's just too much powering over my brain. But That's just what I do because, I'm lazy. I get home, I sit down, I watch TV, and, play on my phone and just chillax.
Also this year is it's like
The important year.
Our math teacher, she gave us like at least about 20-30 questions each night for homework, and it's kind of too much for us right now. And
I mean, I can tell you now, you are experiencing another Miss Bicker. You realize that?
uh-huh.
You never had Miss Bicker, but she's not mean like Miss Bicker. No, that's not what I'm talking about. She will give you, like, one time Miss Morris gave us 1 through 34. That is an assignment, 1 through 34. And then she gave us, on top of that, the next day she said, I want you to do page 16, D, 1 through
19.
Yeah, 1 through 19. Okay, some people didn't get through the 1 through 34. Now you're piling up 1 through 19. So how many is that? You go to 1 through 34. That's 34 problems. And then add 19 to that.
34 plus
4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
which is 53 problems.
That's 53 problems altogether.
And then plus
Who wants to do that?
And then next we had like 1 through.
I think it was 1 through 5 because that was section C.
No, 1 through 6. Yeah, 1 through 6 that we had to do.
Okay, so plus 6, which is easy.
Is
I was like, what did you do? That was, you say 53 plus 6.
59.
That's 59.
So almost 60
problems. In like 3 days.
Yeah.
In like 3 days. So that's 60 times 3, which is 6 times 3. That's 120.
Yeah.
Because it was 6 times 3, that's 6, 12, or 6, 12.
60 times.
Because 6 times 2 is 12. And then 6 times 3, I believe, is 18. That's 180 problems.
Yeah, almost 200. She's going to way too much on us.
I mean, including with Miss Bicker, okay, I didn't even do the homework. Okay, that's geometry. That's straight up geometry. Geometry is easy, okay? Liz passed it with, what, a B? Something like that? No. I passed it with a D. Okay, that's because I decided not to do the homework because it was freaking hard. I don't even care how many word problems she gave us. It was done. I wasn't even going to do it. She gave us proofs. I didn't forget about it. I just left it be and I said, no. I decided not to do it. So Liz yelled at me for that. But I refused to listen to her because, it's Miss Bicker who's not going to do her work. I mean, my friend Nathan didn't even do the work, but still got A's on his quizzes. Like, I wish I could have done that. Like, done no homework, but got all A's on the test.
Yeah.
That means you still would have passed her class. But I was close of not passing her class, so I passed with a D. And I was just glad I could get out of that classroom.
See, the thing is, the reason why I only passed geometry from last year is because I had Mr. Lynch, which
is a good teacher. He runs
more better than Miss Bicker. I trust me.
He explains more as I was in his class for 45 minutes because my teacher wasn't there. But I was in this class for 45 minutes and, I experienced how Mr. Lynch was, okay? He may be strict and all. Like, his rule is no singing unless if it's down with the sickness. But, that is a good song. I actually, I've heard that song before. I asked him, okay, what's the song Down with the Next? What's the song Down with the Sickness? And he played it, and I was like, oh, okay, I've heard that song before. And he is pretty cool. Like he'll play, like if you talk him into like playing music while you work, he's that type of guy. And I mean, he'll play the song or play the song because it's his favorite song. But he actually explains how to do the problem.
And he takes a lot. He takes like at least about a week or two to get done with
the section.
Yeah.
Because he is taking his time every day of the week trying to explain each part of the section. Like whenever you do your homework, he's probably the teacher. You come back, and if you have a problem with the problem, he's gonna come to you and explain that problem. No, Miss Bicker never did that. It's giving you assignment, you do it. If you don't get that problem, you turn it in the way it is. You're going to get it wrong. And I mean, she'll stand by you and try her best to explain the problem, but how she explains it, you still get stuck.
By the way, Miss Baker scares the heck out of me.
She looks weird.
When we had our exams, we had to take our exams with like our math exam with her, and later on I just like turned around and I looked, and I was like the only one in there left alone with her, and she just like, I'm just turning back around and do my test, trying to finish my test, and then she turned around, she's like right there, like 5 feet away from me, and like
she was staring at her like she was watching her
while I'm doing my test, and she's creeping me out.
Now, in that period of time while she was taking her test, she realized how much, like, it's not hatred, but how much I didn't like Miss Bicker. You could how I felt was, if you're doing your work and you don't see her in front of you, you could probably feel the presence of her right behind you.
That's how I felt.
I mean, I probably felt that presence, but I didn't
she
tell.
Me sometimes.
And if in my class last year, if 2 of the other girls weren't in the classroom, I was the only girl in there. So all the rest of the class were either football players or, non-football players. But, I was always, not picked on, but, messed with. And I just didn't like that. I asked him, why am I like the one that always has to be picked on? And he said, because, someone's got to be picked on in this class. And I said, well, it shouldn't be me. But anyway, I passed the class, okay? And now this year we have a class called Tech Math, which I don't like. Is because either. It's going back to like 2nd grade math.
Uh-huh.
And then as the chapters go up, it's showing like I don't even know. Okay, my no. What was it? My 3rd grade. 3rd grade, we were learning multiplication, and I remember Nick Sayers being in my class, and I was pretty close with Nick at the time, and, me being very slow at learning multiplication, I did not know them, memory-wise, and every time we would take our time test, everybody else would move up to, multiplication 4 and 5. But when it came to me, I was still stuck at multiplication 0 through 3. I was stuck there for the entire year. I wasn't able to move up. But as I moved on through the years, I started remembering my multiplication. And as soon as, 10th grade came, even though we weren't learning multiplication by then.
No.
I was going to say ninth grade. That's when you do your multiplication. Ninth grade. Around ninth grade time,
This is algebra.
I started learning I remembered my multiplication. A number came out. Boom. I knew it. I knew it right there on the spot. I knew my ones, twos, threes, fives, tens, 12s. Majority of my 12s. I could pick and choose of my 12s. I can only get to 36.
Yeah.
And then push all the way forward 144.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I don't
really like this year's math.
No, it's child math. That's practically what it is.
Don't ask me why.
Right now, in tech math, we're going back over subtraction. Okay, with me and my past years, yes, I had trouble with subtraction. Okay, I did have trouble, borrowing and stuff like that. But there's no reason why we should go over it again. Okay, tech math is supposed to replace our algebra 2 credit. So what you should do is teach algebra 2, not no addition, subtraction. We're 10th graders, not 2nd graders.
I mean 11th graders.
Oh, well, not 10th. Yeah,
You said
11th. 11th graders, not 2nd graders. That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. No, that's not. No way. No way. There's no way I'm going to go through that. Maybe even 8 years. No, it wasn't 8 years because 5th grade was 8 years. Because our 8-year friendship is this year. So it would have been 10.
Yeah.
Because 4th, 3rd.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see? Exactly. See? I know my math.
I do too. I'm like.
Yeah, see, you're smart. You're smart. You passed algebra. Or you passed geometry. Yeah. I would have passed it if I did my homework. But, that's not me.
They was going to put me in honors geometry last year, but I told them no.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
This girl is probably graduating this year. She's graduating with Dustin Moore, which all y'all know as Tiger Gamer. She's gonna more than likely be graduating with him. When she leaves, it's just me. It's just me at the school. That's technically how it is. It's practically just me going to school. None of my best friends are gonna be there. All I have is my not so wannabe friends. It's going to be hectic next year. She has her credits to graduate. I don't. I don't have all my credits because of just how I am. Yeah, that's technically it. I mean, we just told you how our schedules are this year.
And speaking in our schedule,
she's got white dots on her freaking forehead.
Yeah. If you guys was wondering why I have white paint on me, is because last night finally got to go to home. We had our first home football game last night.
And she has not been to a football game since 7th grade. That was when. That was before I even started doing flag. That was the year I started learning. By 8th grade, they wanted me in there because I was as good as the actual girls on the team. The coach even wanted me to. The coach wanted me in 8th grade. She said, it would be great for you to be on, and my band director crushed my dreams. And told me, no, you gotta wait until your freshman year. I said, bro, you just crushed my dreams. He was like, well, that's how the rules are supposed to be. And I was like, oh, okay. I gotta deal with it. But just to give you a heads up, it's actually, I'm actually pretty proud of myself because, I went all the way out and, learned all these routines, everything like that, starting from the summer of my 7th grade year. I learned everything, and this year, if you counted, or if I started in the 8th grade, this year would technically be counted as my 5th year of being in it. And, if Miss Freitag didn't, crush my dreams, I would enjoy that 5 years of being on the flag corps. I mean, having like new friends and everything on there, it's good. It's good. But she tried out, or she didn't try out. She wanted to do it, but she realized that it was too hard for her, and she dropped out before even tryouts. Tryouts was like a few days after she dropped out. And, I wish she really hadn't done it, but, that's her. She thought it was hard. I'm not going to push her to do it. She thought by watching me it was going to be easy.
Yeah.
But doing flag, you got to have discipline. You got to work hard. You got to take some time out of your day to practice. That's exactly what I have. I have discipline, time out of the day to practice. That's my main focus by the end of the day. Whenever there's practice, that's my main focus. Okay, I got to get this routine down. I've got to get it straight. Then we'll be okay. But I learned a routine in 15 minutes, maybe even an hour, something like that. You got to have a good memory. If you don't have a good memory, then flag's not for you. Because you got to have a direct memory, because you cannot have the routine in front of your face on the football field. There's just no way that you can do that, because it's just a big flimsy folder, and it's just too much.
Well, she's the best flag person ever.
Yeah.
But anyways, last night was our first home game, and we won. Ooh, go Tigers! And yeah.
I hope any of y'all hear this, but if any of y'all watch this and know Tiger Gamer, which is Dustin Moore, me and him are very close. Okay, in my last video I told you how close we were, and today he just told me that him and I think the junior varsity lost against Clear Fork. And, when he tells me that, I feel very, very bad for him, because he plays soccer. And, I'm just like, oh, you'll get him next time or whatever, and stuff like that. And I'm just like, don't worry, it's going to be okay. And, whenever it comes to one of his games, he's pretty psyched about it. I mean, he'll text me and I'll tell him good luck. And, and then he'll tell me either at nighttime or the next day if they won or not. And, and stuff like that. And I just, am very, very close to him. So, everything like that. Also, in his previous video that he just uploaded, which was the football game, or no, not the previous video, but one of his videos, I think it was the back to school number 2 video. So the second part of back to school, that one, him and his brother, James, did a little part of the video explaining how, how would I say this? What good things should we say about, like, how to act in middle school, what you need to remember, stuff like that. And also, I will take Dustin's side about explaining about high school. So, Liz, what are a few things that you need to know about middle school, if you want to tell anybody?
I don't really know very much. But um I'm just lost.
Are you stumped?
Yes.
How about like your locker or
Oh,
your classes?
Locker, yeah. Speaking of locker, you get a combination for your locker, and you gotta you gotta recognize and remember your combination each day, and because a lot of times it's hard to remember, but you have to remember your classes also, because if you're the first new student going to middle school, you will get your schedule. You will get your schedule, and you see you're on your schedule, and this is confusing. It gets confusing at first till you start realize
That it's simple.
Simple, where all you have to do is remember
Your classroom
your
numbers.
classes, where your classes are, and make sure you don't get lost, because it middle school and high school, they both it's a lot.
And also going on with her, when it comes to lunch, you need to remember where your assigned table is if they don't have the name tag on it. So, the first day you go, they're gonna have the name tag on it. But as soon as as the year goes by, the name tags are usually gonna get ripped off, torn off, whatever. So you need to remember your lunch table by heart.
And also, you gotta remember when you want to go and get food. You gotta, for breakfast and lunch, you have to remember your school ID.
Yeah, your ID number.
Yeah, because when you go in breakfast and also lunch, if you guys do eat lunch or breakfast at school, which I do every day because I have to, but there's this thing where they make you that you have this this student ID, which they give you this number, and which you have to recognize and remember it each year.
And I think you got this and people got this number around second grade. Yeah, you got this number around second grade, and they would tell you, hey, this is your number. You're gonna use it by now. You're gonna use it now, and then farther on in life, you're gonna still use it, and hopefully when you're an adult, once you graduate, hopefully you still remember that student ID, even though you're not going to use it in the future. You're going to use it. You're going to use it in school, but once you graduate, step out them high school doors and live your life, that student ID is gone. I mean, it's right into space. You don't need it.
But yeah, you have to recognize your number, because you go in that line, and there's this pin thing where you have to put your number in. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that. Okay, so also a few tips on the people who are new to the middle school. Don't be who you are. Don't change your personality just to make other people in your grade, happy. If they're gonna pick on you, go to the principal and say something. Okay? Don't change who you are, because if people don't like you, that's their fault. That's all on them. Don't change who you are, okay? I've been in that place.
Just be yourself and just concentrate on
myself to make other people happy, okay? I did this one kid in the 7th grade, which continued on for a while, and I really liked him, but his best friend was my enemy, okay? Was forever my enemy until he just stopped or he just quit coming to our school. And, you know, I didn't really like him. You know, he called me several curse words, whatever. And, you know, I just didn't like him. He called me too controlling over his best friend. I kept telling his best friend and stuff like that. So, you know, I got tired of it. So by the end of, my 8th grade year, something like that, on the way home, he was walking home with me and my sister. And, you know, knowing me, I seen a stick on the side of the road. Or at least on the side of the sidewalk. And I picked it up and I whacked him with it. I don't know what I was thinking, but I whacked him with it. And, you know, he went home and then came back, you know, the next day and told me, you realize you left a red mark on my back. And I said, yeah, well, good. But I was just not myself years ago. But, you know, that kid that I whacked with the stick, we are pretty cool friends now. We're actually pretty close. Whenever I need to talk, I'll go to him and, you know, he'll understand what I have to go through because, you know, the girl that he used to date in like the 7th grade is the one I have the problems with. But, you know, it's whatever. The guy I used to date is dating the girl I have problems with. You know, but life has changed over the years. But I'm just telling y'all, be who you are and don't let other people bring you down. That's my quote I follow by every single day. It's in my locker. You know, okay, so giving tips on the high schoolers, which you probably already know, you know, just follow your dreams. You know, you're gonna start having, you know, your future dreams by 9th grade. That's exactly what I had. I had my future dream last year, something like that, of following my dad's legacy. And, you know, stuff like that. Do what you want to become in the future. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do.
Just focus on what you want to do and what you need to do. Don't worry about anybody. And to anybody that's listening to this, don't be in drama, okay? It leads to some situation too, you know, with one of my friends, which almost led to a fight, but you know, we had to talk it out with a principal. So don't be in drama, okay? I've been through it twice. Actually 3 times. I've been through like so many times.
I don't know. But you know, I'm trying to put a stop to it. I'm not trying to do any drama or whatever. I'm trying to put a stop to it, okay? Just don't do drama. It leads to fights, losing your friend, you're losing your best friend actually, and you know, losing people in your entire life. Okay? You don't want that. You kick drama out of your head. Don't put it in your life.
Don't whatever you do, don't ever if you found a person that you like, just don't let them, you know, push you away from your friends, because it happened to me. Pushed my best friend away from a guy last year,
and she wasn't even realizing it until, you know, until like the end of the relationship, and she was like, oh, you know, this guy is pushing away my best friend and I'm not realizing it. When I was actually saying her, hey, you know, this guy's pushing you away from me, you know, you need to break up with him. And she just ignored my advice, and, you know, because she was deeply in love with him. And so she just ignored me and let everything go the way it was supposed to go with her ex-boyfriend. And she didn't realize it until she opened her eyes and realized, oh, why is my best friend not hanging with me? Why is she doing this without me? You know? And she soon realized, this is all Alex's fault. He is breaking up our 7 years of friendship. I don't want that to end. And then she finally broke up with the guy and, you know, fixed the relationship. and stuff. And
look at us now.
yeah, we are actually fine. We're good. We're good. So whatever you do, don't let a guy break up your best friends, or you and your friends, like,
Relationship.
yeah, friendship, because it just turns out as a bad thing. You know, I became friends with Dustin last April. Not this past April, last year's April.
Yep.
And you know, being a great friend that he is, around July he realized, you know, everybody was picking on me. Everybody just didn't like me. And he felt bad about that. So he actually cheered me up and asked me to homecoming over the phone. And it was the most cutest thing ever. I mean, he was strawberry red, you know, blushing as all get out. And he asked me, and I said yes. And then his like face cleared. And I was just like, he had me smiling, and I was just so happy. And after that day or whatever, we became closer and closer to each other. And as I told you, Dustin is now part of my family, and I'm part of his family and everything. And we're just close brother and sister. And, you know, I would do anything for him, you know, to protect him, you know, make sure everything's all right. That's the same way with James. If anything goes wrong, I'm there for him. He's just got to call me up. That's the same with Liz. If anything happens, I'm here. I will say something. But I got to end this video because it's getting too long. So remember, do what you love. Don't start drama or be in drama. And just be who you are. Don't let people tell
Bring
you
down.
don't let people tell you different.
And don't let them bring you down.
Yeah, don't be like me and make bad mistakes, okay? Don't be like me.
I
Alrighty?
used to be like that.
Well, we got to end this video. Make sure you subscribe down below. Push the subscribe button and push that bell so you know whenever I post a new video. Press that like button and comment in the comments below of how great I did it in this video. Or if you want to explain any problems that you have, put them there. And you know, if you need to, contact me on Facebook, or don't even contact me on Facebook.
And if you need to, just go and find me on YouTube.
Remember,
And-
Elizabeth Miller.
Yep.
Is there a space?
Nope.
No space. So it's Elizabeth Miller, no space.
And if you guys just subscribe, go and subscribe to me and her, and hopefully, and that was to say now.
Oh, subscribe to Tiger Gamer if you listen to me.
Yes.
Subscribe to him. You know, he's pretty good. He plays his games. He vlogs. Go and subscribe to his channel, please. I'm not desperate. You know, I'm just telling you. Please go subscribe to his channel. He's really good, amazing, awesome. Anything else before I gotta end this video?
No.
Alrighty,
Peace out.
we gotta go. Bye.
Bye.